Welcome to A Second Look. I'm Kevin Wilson, Ohio District President. This is my weekly devotion for our congregations based on the scripture passages from this past weekend. Our devotion this week is entitled, An Obsession with the Gospel. It comes from Colossians chapter 1, verses 21 through 23. And you, who once were alienated and hostile in mind, doing evil deeds, he has now reconciled in his body of flesh by his death, in order to present you holy and blameless and above reproach before him, if indeed you continue in the faith, stable and steadfast, not shifting from the hope of the gospel that you heard, which has been proclaimed in all creation under heaven, and of which I, Paul, became a minister. Lutheran Church Missouri Synod clergy are at risk for being accused of obsessing with certain biblical doctrines, biblical truths. Without a doubt, justifications, one baptism, law and gospel. And in response, we say, guilty as charged. And I certainly know as a parish pastor, I face such charges. Now, the Apostle Paul in this passage demonstrates why it's so important to keep working on these themes and repeating them and unpacking them and explaining them to God's people. And this is law and gospel. It starts out with a description of us after birth. We're all born in sin, therefore we're alienated from God, even hostile in our minds. And then a reminder of Jesus' work, his death and resurrection on our behalf. And because of that death and resurrection, we are now holy and blameless and above reproach before God. Holy and blameless and above reproach. And if we just stop there, I could see why folks would have some complaints about hearing the same message over and over and over again. But Paul continues. If indeed you continue in the faith, stable and steadfast, not shifting from the hope of the gospel that you heard. Whoa, hold it there. So we can walk away from this grace? Yes, we can and do sin. And that sin could include deciding that we need to do something to ensure our salvation, that Jesus did not do enough, or maybe some way we need to cooperate with Jesus. And both of these false teachings lead down a path that is separate and can hurt our relationship with God. Therefore, yes, within the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod, you're going to keep hearing these very similar themes, the themes that God uses to form the foundation of the faith, the foundation of his relationship with us, the foundation from which all other teaching flows, everything else flows for the Christian life. And for that reason, we'll continue. And if that means we have to be charged with being obsessive about a certain teaching, then so be it. Until next week, the Lord bless and guide.